Good afternoon, this is Mike Oaks with Rockaway. We're out here at the Cassandra residence. We're literally right around the corner from the shop. So we had a lot going on in this little project. So we started off at the driveway. We have a 2-foot apron that we poured concrete and gave them a little bit of buffer from when they're pulling in. We added Benda board throughout the whole entire front because they had a super cracked up driveway. They tried to DIY it themselves and it was a no-go. So they ended up hitting us up. So we came out, added 6 inches of granite throughout just so they have a nice solid base to drive on top of. Everything's been tamped. Cut out a lot of the grass just because they had a pool put in pulled by John Clarkson. We took advantage of their access, so we left the access open, used that to run in and out. Up here in the front, they had an existing wall. We just redid it to just make it a little bit better curb appeal. We had the rock. There's command underneath the rock that you don't see. There's also a weed mat underneath that to help deter the weeds. We have our crotons, we have the red sisters, dwarf gardenias, some flax lilies, cardboard palm, and then some Xanadu. Washed everything down, that's why it's super white, super pretty. 2 pallets of St. Augustine throughout the whole entire front yard to help bring it all back. Again, when you get the new sod, remember irrigation is key, so 30 minutes, 30 days, just to kind of keep everything established for you. Coming into the backyard, we did a lot back here. So back here was nothing but a sand trap. Again, they had a pool just put in by Pools by John Clarkson, and what we did, we just enhanced everything. So all the curves, all the turf, everything that you see in here, the curves are from Pool by John Clarkson, and then we tucked all the turf all the way around. Pool equipment, put a nice Benda board around all that. What you don't see is the 4 inches of rock that's underneath everything. So we have 2 inches of 57 and 2 more inches of 89. And then that's been tamped throughout just to kind of give you a nice solid substrate that's underneath this turf. We have Benda board going along the whole fence line and the whole perimeter of the pool and the house to help secure the turf down. Got the 1.5 inch white river rock just to keep everything nice and clean over here where their pool equipment is. Moving along, we have the shower we just installed. There is no other faucets for us to hook into, so we ran off the hose bib or the spigot. We did a nice little rock border along this fence line here. That's just to help keep the water from going to these neighbors' house. Moving along back this way, he has some existing electrical that he will put a 110 on. Right now he has 220, so he's gonna down that to 110 just so he can put like some string lights out here, things like that. Put a whole bunch of rock and all the plants that you see back here. So super blue liriope, apostle iris, and then the Queen Emmas. And my daughter's named Emma, so that's one of my favorite plants, so the Queen Emma. So we left them a little walkway also, so that way they can get around to the back. They do have a small child, actually multiple childs, but a smaller kid. So all the little white dots that you see throughout the turf, that's actually for their safety fence that will be going up. Scanning around to that far side over there. So with the turf, it only comes in 15-foot shots. So there will be some seams. So I do have multiple seams throughout this. They are super difficult. So if it's not a DIY thing, so if you do want some turf, you give us a shout. We've had plenty of practice. As you see, everything looks like one piece out here. Been turf brushed and infilled sand. Pretty much did a whole 360 around this whole house. So out here, we added the white rock throughout just to kind of make sure he has something solid to drive on coming through here. Originally, the plan, we were not going to go this far out with the Benda board. We were literally going to go to the edge of the house, but in discovering that he had the golf cart and this was his cart path, we decided to work with the customer, shimmied it over enough just where he can get through here with the cart, still be within the city limits of the 20-foot for the driveway, because we can only have 20-foot span in the driveway, and literally that's what it is at the curb. So from concrete edge to concrete edge is 20 feet, and it's a 2-foot apron. Here at the beach, you literally have to make sure that water is able to escape. If you add hardscape, you have to make sure you subtract hardscape also in other places. So when you've seen the bare spots in the back, that's because they were over their permeability, so they ended up having to take some of their decking or the travertine that you've seen in the back, they had to pull that out. So just remember that what your permeability is, because if you go over, the city will fail your inspection and then you will not be able to continue your project. So this project has been on hold for a little while because of that, and now that we got everything situated out, it's a finished product. As you see, Benda board, granite, concrete, sod, The only thing that is not here at this house is irrigation. They opted out of the irrigation, so that is another option that you do have. You do not have to go with everything that we supply. If it's out of your budget, we try to work with you and try to figure out a way to make things work. So with them, the irrigation was out of budget, so we just kind of told them the ropes of how to make sure everything stays alive. 30 for 30 for all new plants establishments, and we add fertilizer on everything. So all you have to do is the easy part is just make sure you water everything. Just like you would water yourself, drink some drinks, make sure you give them plants some water. Even if it is cooler, still need the water. So as long as we get the water on everything, everything should be able to last through the nice little cool seasons that we got coming. That's a wrap.